So the Indiana Fever just posted something about International Women's Day. And they have put players from their past, their present, their current. You've got Stephanie White as a player out here. You've got everything. You have got everything. So you've got obviously going out of their way to celebrate their team and their players, and obviously Catching's there, Caitlin there, Aaliyah there, and then KK? Where's Kelsey Mitchell? A lot of people are, I'm going to say some people are concerned, some people are celebrating, because Kelsey Mitchell's long-term fit with Caitlin Clark does defy opinion. I personally think that even if you don't see there being a long-term fit with Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell, you core her and you trade her. Because as of right now, the core designation still exists. So I think if that's the case, as long as the core exists, you make sure you get something for Kelsey Mitchell, because you could get a first, maybe a couple of firsts for Kelsey. Like, Kelsey Mitchell's not it's not like she's a player that will have no value. She'll have quite a bit of value to a lot of teams. Like, she's like an efficient Enrique. That being said, she's not currently under contract. I think a lot of people are wondering why, they're posting KK Timpson, because KK is currently under contract. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. Like, I want to see because a lot of people have been talking about Kelsey Mitchell, no Kelsey Mitchell. A bunch of hearts from Lynn Dunn. At the end of the day, there's not going to be a Kelsey Mitchell here because she is not currently under contract. I think that's one of these big things that a lot of people are saying, welcome to Dallas, Kelsey Mitchell. It's like, what would it cost to get Kelsey Mitchell to Dallas? First of all, I don't think they can really afford her. I don't think they can afford Kelsey Mitchell, which is a crazy thing. Like, I actually don't think they can. So what would it cost to get Kelsey Mitchell to Dallas? First of all, I think she is a much worse fit with Paige Bueckers than Caitlin Clark is, especially with the assumption that they're going to draft Daisy Foote. Like, that is a really weird fit in a backcourt. Like, there's only one basketball, so like you're going to see Paige Bueckers turn in. Like, are you going to see Kelsey Mitchell turn into a sixth woman, or are you going to see Paige Bueckers turn into a player who doesn't look at the basket? Like, I don't know. Like, we've seen it plenty of times where it's like you can't run any down with the one. It becomes really, really tough for a lot of players if you get Kelsey Mitchell. Like, there are teams where Kelsey Mitchell would suit, absolutely. The Dallas Wings is not one of them. But I don't know why. There's this thing that that they're dead set on Kelsey Mitchell. I don't really get it. That the Dallas Wings fans are dead set on Kelsey Mitchell. Like, that is, for me, I just look at that and I'm like, this is one of these things that just doesn't make sense to me. It does not make sense. But at the same time, you just never know. Like, Kelsey Mitchell might want to get out and go to Dallas. Like, why would she want to go to Dallas? No offense. Why would she? What's the reason for her to go to Dallas? To average less points per game, get less recognition, and play for a worse team than Indiana? Like, if I was Kelsey, I'd be looking to get to somewhere like maybe like a Washington. Somewhere like a Washington works. Because at least with Washington, worst case scenario, you've got good guards with you. You've got a connective piece in Sonia Citron. You've got the expectation of a true PG in Georgia Amor. Or like Shook Sutton's not bad. Like, I've actually been very impressed over the last 2 seasons from what we've seen for Shook Sutton. Like, I think it's going to be tough for Georgia Amor to get her spot back. Or to not get her spot back, to get the starting point guard spot, which she was kind of expected to get. Like, when Georgia Amor was drafted, she was expected to come in as a starting point guard. But I always find it hilarious how they had Australia's starting point guard already in Jade Melbourne. And then they said, you know what? Nah, we actually don't. We want to get another point guard. So instead of getting Australia's starting point guard, we're going to get somebody who's not even in the Australian panel, who's a year older. Still, like that, like some of the WNBA things are mad. They're mad. Like, so we'll take the 5th-year senior over the player who's the age of a college senior. But one of them has much more experience, is like an MVP of a pro league, starts for their national team. We're going to have one person who's not even same nationality, but not even on the national team. That's just one of those crazy things. But Kelsey Mitchell being here, I think it's just the fact is that there's no guarantee of her coming back. Look, if there's no core designation, I don't know if I put the Fever as the most likely place for Kelsey Mitchell to come back to. Because I don't think the Fever. I don't even know what story is the core designation, because I don't think the Fever can offer more than a 1 year max. I think the Fever can absolutely offer a core designation 1 year max and keep her, and then just say, you know what, like if the Fever believe that no trade package for Kelsey Mitchell is going to be nearly as good as 1 year of Kelsey Mitchell, then you absolutely go and do whatever you can to get the trade, or like you keep her. But if there's no core designation, because of the Aaliyah Boston contract and the upcoming Caitlin Clark contract, if you give Kelsey Mitchell more than a 1 year deal, like, you're losing Caitlin Clark. Or you might have to, it might be a stage where everybody knows you're about to lose Caitlin Clark. So you then have to you might have to then give up Kelsey Mitchell with an asset. So instead of getting an asset for Kelsey Mitchell, teams know, like, well, they need to get off Kelsey Mitchell. So we're not going to give them any assets, because if we give them an asset for a player they have to get rid of because they can't physically afford her. And then teams will also say, you know what, it opens up a chance for all of us to get Caitlin Clark because the Indiana Fever can't afford her. Or Aaliyah Boston. Like, they have to make a choice long term. So, like, look, if there's no core designation, I think the odds of Kelsey Mitchell ending up with the Fever are in and around 50%. Like, I don't think there's any individual team that's more likely than the Fever, but like, her leaving is probably a bit over 50 if that happens. So hence why they're not putting Kelsey Mitchell in that, and they're putting KK Timpson there, because KK Timpson's under contract. Even if, like, by the way, I really don't know how long I really don't rate KK Timpson. Like, there's only so much raw talent can get you, and she's got the length, she's got the athleticism, she's one of the most athletic players in the league. I've never seen somebody so lost, ever. Literally in my life. I've never seen somebody like completely lost as KK Timpson is on the basketball court. But yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. Do I think there's much in this? Not really. I think a lot of people are kind of overblowing this. That being said, like, it is still something to talk about that they're not putting Kelsey Mitchell, whereas if this is a year ago, the big three would be in every single graphic. So, yeah, I think that is an important one, for being real. That is an important one. So anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.